How do you install the Chatterbox text-to-speech engine from Resemble AI on your Mac and run it locally? We can play that audio with the voice clone. Hello, I can speak many languages with different emotions. If you go to the GitHub page, you can see all the information about the new Chatterbox text-to-speech model. It does really well, and you can install it locally and use it locally. There are instructions on the GitHub page, but a couple parts are a little bit confusing. Here I have a bit more complete instructions in case you haven't used things such as Homebrew or FFmpeg before. First, install Homebrew. If you don't know how, you can click on this link. Then, if you don't have FFmpeg installed, use this command in your terminal to install FFmpeg. I've already done that, so I'm going to skip to step 3. Over on the left, I have a simple terminal window. First, I need to make a directory for the project. I'll copy this line, and then I'll paste it in terminal and press enter. Now I have a directory called Chatterbox Project. I can copy this line and then change into that directory. If I paste it and press enter, you can see now that I'm in the Chatterbox Project directory. The next step is important. We need to create a virtual Python environment that's at a specific version of Python. In order to do that, I can click this button that says copy, so I have this entire line copied, and then simply paste it into terminal. This makes a Python 3.11 virtual environment inside that folder. That way it's really easy to delete later and it keeps everything tidy. But in order to work inside that environment, we need to activate it. Now we move on to step 5, activate the Python environment. Click copy and then paste it. You can see here in parentheses we have our virtual environment enabled. Next, it's a good idea to just upgrade everything to make sure you're up to date. This usually will be fine. And now we are sure we're at the state we want to be to start installing Chatterbox. So we're on step 7, install Chatterbox. Copy and then paste. This is pip install chatterbox-tts. This may take a second as it has to download all the different libraries you need to use in Chatterbox. Once it's done installing Chatterbox, we'll create a Python file to hold the GUI code. This way it's easy to use and you don't have to use the command line. Here we have touch clone gradio pi. I'll click copy and then I'll paste it here. All that does is create a file. Here inside the Chatterbox directory, you can see the virtual environment. It has everything that's inside there, including the Chatterbox project. And I can delete this very easily. Then I have my Python file, but it's empty. In order to edit it, I can open the Python file in TextEdit. Then I can copy this code. This code is provided by Chatterbox as a basic demo. I'll paste this code inside clone gradio Python and save it. On step 10, it says run the script in terminal. I'll copy this, paste it, and then press enter. This takes a bit because it needs to download some of the models. But once it's done, you can see that it's running at this local URL. Highlight this and then paste it in your browser. Now I can use this to clone any audio. But it would be nice to have a few extra options besides the default one provided by Chatterbox. If we scroll down farther, we can add emotional and language controls. First, we need to stop the current Python file. So if I click here, I'm back in terminal, and if I press Control-C, you'll see it closes the server, and now I'm back to Chatterbox project. Next, I want to make a new Python file. This time, it'll be touch multi-gradio. I'll copy this, I'll paste it, and now I have a new Python file, but I need to put code in it. Here is the new Python file I created. I'll open it in TextEdit. Inside TextEdit, it's still just a blank Python file. But from the instructions here in step number 17, I can click copy and then paste the code right here and save it. Once that's saved, I can come down to step number 16 and I can run it with this code right here. Copy this and paste it into terminal. This will once again take a little bit of time because it needs to download new language models. This will have the multilingual model and other options for Chatterbox. It will have the same local URL, so now I can come here, just refresh this page, and now I have the Chatterbox multilingual voice cloning. Now I'll expand this over. First, just as a demo, I can generate audio and it'll use the default voice for Chatterbox. Here it is processing completely locally on your local machine. And then we can listen.
Hello, I can speak many languages with different emotions.
But if we actually want to clone a voice, we can click to upload, navigate to the voice we want to clone, open it. This is this voice. This is just a simple voice sample, so we can check out to see if voice cloning works really well with So now I have a voice sample and I'll click Generate Audio. Once it's done, we can play that audio with the voice clone. Hello, I can speak many languages with different emotions. And you can see there's a bit of robotic tone to it, but it's a pretty good voice match in a voice clone. Hopefully you can use this to quickly clone voices and make different text-to-speech outputs on your laptop.